So let's do a little excursion around Boileau. It is the first time to put extremely clearly a link between knowledge clarity and also the aesthetics of clarity. So that's very important because we are there with Boileau realizing that the pure reasoning and the pure world of ideas and science and knowledge is not only about mathematical demonstration, it has a link with the aesthetics, the beauty. And the example of that is how he was expressing the same ideas in a beautifully crafted sentences. So he is the father of the famous sentence. I'm sure all of you have heard about that. Whatever is well conceived is clearly said, and the words to say it flow with ease. So it's the same idea that we have seen before, of simplicity, of parsimony. But fundamentally, expressed that way, you start to realize that there is a consequence to that sentence. The consequence is, if what is told you, what is said is not clear, if someone tells you something that is complicated to understand, if you don't understand what he said, maybe it's also because it's not well conceived. It could be because you're too dumb to understand, but it could be as well because that person is not conceiving clearly enough what he's speaking about in order to explain it in a way which is simple to you. It flows with it. Another facet of that idea, of that concept is there. And that will be of a huge importance for all the young scientists that have difficulties or that are struggling to write their articles and to write papers that will distinguish them among their peers, among the others. So that instance is, before starting to write, learn to think. Whether your idea is more or less obscure, I said your idea, sorry. Whether our idea is more or less obscure, our text is or less clear or pure. With that text, you realize that first, the connection to the aesthetics and the connection between clarity and aesthetics is even more obvious there. But it is showing you that, yeah, but when you read a scientific paper that is in your domain and that is really obscure, maybe the writer is not clear about what he says. That's very fundamental because this is exactly how the editors and the reviewers of the journals are working. The editors of the journals, especially the journals that have a high ranking, they receive quantities of draft of papers every day, and they go in diagonal very quickly. They read first the abstract, maybe the introduction if the abstract is readable, and if it is not clear, if they don't catch what is written there in a pair of seconds, it appears a bit obscure to them, they ship the paper and they throw it away in the rubbish bin and they look for another one. So that is fundamental. A lot of us as scientists, when we were young, we were thinking, oh, in order to make a good scientific paper, I need to do something which is full of bombastic words and showing that it's very complex because it shows that I have been working a lot, but actually it doesn't work like that. You need to show that you have a very clear view of what you found or what you're discussing. So behind that Boileau idea, fundamental, you find exactly the same idea that you have in the concept of an elegant equation. I'm sure you heard some people say, oh, that equation is not only good, brilliant, it is also beautiful, it is elegant, and it adds to the power of that equation. Somehow, an elegant equation has more power than a non-elegant equation, a bulky equation, something that will be full of heaviness. So that's the refinement of this idea of that when we progress into science, into knowledge, we need to go further into refining our idea. And so it's about simplicity, it's about parsimony, it's about clarity, it's about distillating the pure essence of the idea.